Go. So I'm going to start off with a new sketch. I'm going to get a circle. I'm going to click on that plane there, and I'm going to get a top view. And I'm going to draw a circle in the middle. Now the diameter, the maximum diameter of that switch was 17.8. So actually, you know what, let's round it up, we'll just call it 18. So that's the maximum diameter of it. So I'm going to go enter and exit, and then we're going to make this 3D. So now I'm going to extrude it down. So I'm going to click on it and drag down, and I'm going to drag down by whatever it was, 3 millimeters. Now don't worry about adding the chamfer or any of that stuff yet, because we're going to keep working on it. Then I'm going to click sketch, I'm going to roll over and click on the bottom of that one, and we're going to work our way down. So the next one is with a circle again. Click and then drag, and then this one is 15.8 diameter, so let's call it 16. So I'm going to click on there and change that to be 16 mil. It's always good to model on the larger side, because then it will always fit when it comes out from the 3D printer. And then I'm going to model the length of that collar, and that's going 17 millimeters down, and hit enter. There we are. Then the next one, I'm going to go sketch, click on the bottom of that one there, circle, and then we're doing that the blue part of it, which is 12.5. 12.5, and then go exit, roll it over, and then we're going to mark the length, and then the length of that is 7 millimeters. And then the last bit, I'm going to go sketch on the very bottom, and we're just going to do the envelope of the feet. I'm just going to do this as another diameter circle, and then we know that the feet can't get in the way. So that's a 9.5 millimeter circle. Go exit, and then roll it over, and then we'll drag out by the same 7 mil. Okay, so in essence, that's basically what the body of the switch looks like. Now to do the collar, I'm going to do that separately somewhere over to the side, because then I'll move it over once it's done. So the first thing I'll do is get a circle. I'm going to draw out the inner diameter. So this is going to be 15, actually no, it's 16, so we round it up. So 16 mil inner diameter. Then I'm going to get the polygon. Click on the center. And the dimension is kind of whatever, because we need to get the number of sides. So I'm going to hit enter, or click, and then set the number of sides to be 6, like that. Now what's annoying at the moment is that it's not at the right angle, so I'm going to click on one of the lines, then I'm going to click on that horizontal vertical symbol there at the side, then that lines it up. And then we can set our dimension between the two. So I'm going to hold shift and then get our dimension, and then that was 19 mil. There we go. And I go exit. And I think that was the only dimension I didn't measure, actually, was the thickness of this, because I'm going to click on that and then drag down. And I think, if I measure it with the calipers now, 2.7 mil. So 2.7. There we are. Okay, now we can start adding on the features. So, excuse me, we've got a chamfer on here. So I'm going to go Tools, and I'm going to go Chamfer Fillet. I'm going to click on that top edge there. Change the type to 2 distance chamfer. If you're going to do this really accurately, you could measure how far in does the top chamfer go, and then how deep does the chamfer go down. So this one's a little bit of a tricky one. It's quite small, so it's 1 mil down, and then I think it's 2 mil in. So 1 mil down, and then it goes in quite a long way. One, so that's 3 mil in. So it's quite a wide, flat chamfer like that. Okay, and if you wanted to, you could then model the parts of the LED and the button inside. So I'm going to get circle again, and I'm going to model the other parts in here. So like the LED ring, so you can model that. Just get the dimensions for it, and then you can model those to be different parts. So I can then model the switch by dragging down a tiny bit there, and then I can model the LED by dragging down it, just a fraction like that. Let's go extrude. There we are. And then you can change the color. So if you go from modeling to visualization, you can then start putting the materials on there. So I'm going to go metal, and this one is, let's just go brushed aluminium. I'll drag that on there. Now if you want to, you can actually select faces then, and you can change the faces to be different materials. So for example, if you wanted it to look like it's a red LED, you can do that, and you can click on the individual faces and you can change the material depending on what you want it to look like. So I'm going to get a different aluminium. Let's go metals there, and then let's go brushed aluminium. I know, polished aluminium. Yeah. So whatever, you can go through and you can find different colours that you can work with there. And then you can do the same, and then you can drag the hex nut around the outside of the collar of the component you've modelled there. Okay, so off you go.